What is point number 1? Formation. It is easy to form the cooperative society because only 10 members are required. Along that, very few legal formalities. So formation is very simple. Minimum 10 members are required, and that too with very few legal formalities. Point number 2. Limited liability. Definitely, whenever liability is limited, that is an advantage to the person or to the member, because if it has unlimited liability, then the liability amount, if he is not able to fulfill, it will go where? The person has to bring from his home, isn't it? So that is not good. Which one is good? Unlimited liability or limited liability? Definitely limited liability is good, because over here our liability is limited to the extent of capital contribution that I do. If I contribute 60, my liability can never exceed 60. If I contribute 50,000, my liability cannot exceed 50,000. But in case of unlimited liability, doesn't matter whatever contribution I do, if my liability is 2 lakh and my capital contribution is 50, I have to pay the full 2 lakh. Whether I bring from home, whether I sell off the assets of the business, not of the concern. I have to pay full. But as because they have limited liability here, that means it is very good, it is a good advantage for them. Clear? Next one, stable existence. Now, as because it is registered and it has a separate legal identity, it is not affected by the death, it is not affected by the insolvency, it is not affected by retirement of any of its members. The business will continue forever and ever. The organization, the society will exist forever and ever. Okay? Persons may come, persons may go, but the business will exist for a long time. Next one, economy in operations. Now, economy in operation means these cooperative societies, they actually eliminate the middlemen. Now, what are middlemen? Whenever we purchase anything, there is a manufacturer. Okay, the manufacturer gives it to the wholesaler. Wholesaler through some agents passes on to the retailers, and from retailers the customers get, right? But in case of cooperative societies, what happen? These societies, they directly contact either the manufacturer or the wholesaler. Thereby they eliminate these middlemen. Gone. No longer. The society, they will direct contact them. And as they direct contact them, this helps them to reduce their cost, isn't it? The cost is reduced. The customers or the producers themselves are the members of the society. Clear to you? Thereby its operations, its working is economic. Economic means of low cost and good quality. Why? Because they have eliminated middlemen and they provide voluntary service to its members. Clear? Next one is government support. Now, the cooperative society is actually serving the society by helping the people with limited means, by helping the people with limited opportunities, isn't it? Therefore, it gets a lot of support from the government. Support as in what? By receiving loans, by getting subsidies, by paying off less taxes. Clear? And the last one, social utility. Social utility means it promotes personal liberty, social justice and mutual cooperation, the feeling of brotherhood. Okay, they help to prevent the concentration of economic power in the few hands. Is it clear? Social utility, that means they try to bring cooperation, they try to bring social justice in the society. Also, they try to remove the economic power in the few hands, means the powerful persons of the society, they think that they can control transfer of goods, they can control transfer of resources, and without them the society won't work. So they have the power in their hands. But the formation of these cooperative societies, as they work in such a beautiful manner, they help each other and they prevent gathering, they prevent concentration of economic powers in few hands. Clear? These were the merits or advantages of forming up a cooperative society. So after reading the advantages, let's know about the disadvantages of the cooperative society. Point number 1, very important. It says shortage of capital. Now, just while reading the definition, I told you that it is a group of persons. What type of persons? Persons who have limited income, persons who have limited opportunities, limited resources in life, isn't it? So just think, if the persons have limited resources, limited money, limited capital in their hands, can they contribute enough for these cooperative societies? What will be your answer? Of course, no. Or even if they contribute, that would be a very small amount, right? So there comes the point number 1, which says that there is a shortage of capital. It suffers from shortage of capital as it is usually formed by the person with limited means. Okay, next one. Inefficient management. Why inefficient management? Because the persons who join these cooperative societies, they are not competent enough, they are not experienced enough, they do not have the knowledge of the technical skills, they do not have knowledge about the managerial skills, isn't it? Moreover, as because they have limited amount of money, they cannot employ some experts from outside. Okay, so the management of a cooperative society is highly inefficient, because the members are also inefficient. At the same time, because of limited capital, limited finance, they cannot employ someone from outside. Okay, next comes as point number 3, which says lack of motivation. Now, why lack of motivation? Because there is no direct link between the efforts and the rewards. Why no direct link? Because suppose if there are 10 members, right? Even if the 10 members are, out of them 5 are working very hard, then do you think that they're working hard, they're working in an efficient manner will bring them more rewards? No. So this feeling, as because they do not get any reward, as because they do not get any prize for their hard work, they do not feel like working, and that is why there is a lack of motivation. Okay, next one, lack of secrecy. Why secrecy is lacked here? Because whatever meetings of the cooperative societies are conducted, they are conducted very openly. Okay, now as because the meeting is conducted openly, it is very difficult for the members to maintain secrets. What are the profits? How much assets do they have? What are their future plans? Right? So these are some secrets which every business would like to keep it to themselves. But as because meetings here are held openly, there is no choice but the secrecy are leaked out. Next one, government control, and that also excessive. It suffers from excessive rules and regulations of the government. it has to give accounts audited by the auditor and has to submit a copy of its account to the registrar. Now what is a registrar? It is a office. Okay. So what is the government control? The government says to the cooperative society to maintain its account properly. Okay, the trading, PL, balance sheet, everything has to be maintained properly. At the same time, these accounts have to be audited. Now audited means checked by an auditor, that whether the profit is shown properly or not, whether any losses are shown properly or not, whether the loans what they have taken, is it shown properly or not, right? So this checking of the books of accounts, that is called as auditing. So proper auditing has to be done, and after it has been checked, it has to be submitted to the registrar. Clear? Next and the last one is conflict among the members. Now understand that how is this cooperative society formed. Cooperative society is formed by different types of people who have a similar viewpoint or a similar interest, but they belong from different sections of the society, right? Sometimes it happens that it becomes very difficult to match their interest, to match their opinions, and as because their opinions do not match, there rises a conflict. Okay, there rises fight among the members. Okay, sometimes the members may try to satisfy their personal interest rather than looking onto the welfare of the society. So that time some of them will say no, we want to do this. Some will say no, you cannot do this because it will cause a harm to our society. Okay, so that contradiction, that reaction, it will cause a conflict. Clear? So these are the disadvantages, or you can say limitations, or you can say demerits of the cooperative societies. So that is all for today. We'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.